Hello there. Today I'm going to answer commonly asked questions. Welcome to my show, Mr. Rancy Pants. That's a play on words because I like to rant. You know, when somebody asks a weird question now and then, no big deal. But when a bunch of people ask the same question over and over, it's time to take quick and decisive action. For example, do you not wash your vegetables? I just marvel at the fact that she will eat a cucumber, peel and all, without washing it. That just horrifies me. You don't peel your carrots and wash your vegetables? Gross. Do you not wash your greens? And on and on and on. Look at all these people. Look at all these. So, you know, after all these years of me looking at recipe videos, I have never once seen anybody question if the person making the food has washed their food. That's like saying, do you not go to the bathroom? Because I never see you doing that. You know, so I thought about it, and I finally, after reviewing some of the videos in What Kara Eats in a Day Part 2, I realized why. In that video, she opens her refrigerator and she shows all these bags of greens, and she pulls them out and she takes them out of the bag, chops them up, throws them in the bowl. Now, I assume most people are like me. They come home, they put the produce bags in the fridge, and then they take out the greens that they need as needed, wash them, put them in the bowl, and then eat them. Right? Well, Kara's, I don't know if you realize this or not, Kara is a lot more OCD than me. She thinks about, okay, here's a grocery bag of food, right? And it's going across the conveyor belt, and which has been touched by 500 people already that day with their grody fingers. Then it's touched by the check person, which has been touching filthy money all day and, you know, commonly spreading germs and everything. So but when she comes home, that bag, that produce bag with the food in it, has got so many cooties and germs on it that the first thing she does is she takes that off and then throws the produce in the sink, and she washes everything. I mean, everything. And then she takes that freshly washed produce and puts it in new clean bags, which she then puts in the fridge. I don't know if you remember this part in a video.
My son ordered me these bags, so that's what I take my produce and put them in there.
Now, those special bags that she was talking about, her son apparently found a type of plastic bag that's biodegradable. It's made from soy. Don't ask me where he got it. It's really hard to find now because the pandemic screwed everything up. Supply chain issues are everywhere. But anyway, she has these rolls of plastic. Now, I know you're saying, boy, that's a lot of plastic, landfills and all that. Well, that's why we got the biodegradable stuff. But again, don't ask me where she got it. But anyway, the point is she puts it in the new fresh bags, which she then puts in the fridge. So now everything is clean. Now, there's also the issue of stickers. I see you have stickers on your tomatoes and cucumbers, so therefore you did not wash them. Well, again, you don't understand Kara. See, she knows that underneath that sticker are gooey, sticky chemicals that make it stick to the thing, and those chemicals start eating into the skin of that fruit. And she does not want to have that in her body. So what she does is she cuts off the whole sticker and the whole part, but she doesn't want to do that till right when she eats. So what she does is she washes the whole tomato, because what most people do is they peel the sticker off and then they wash the whole tomato or cucumber. And what they're actually doing is all that sticky chemical residue is now being smeared over the whole cucumber and the whole tomato. You're spreading it over the whole thing, and there's still that spot. You don't see it, but it's still there, and it's already eaten in through the skin, and you just don't see it. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. There's chemical residue everywhere in that thing now. So what she wants to do is limit that, so when she is time ready to eat, she just slices off that whole part with the sticker, throws it out, and then she just uses the thing, knowing that it is clean. So hopefully you're realizing now that Kara is a lot stricter with her cleanliness and more OCD probably than the people that left those comments. All right, next question. All the bread addicted people, which is basically everybody, says, what about Ezekiel bread? Isn't Ezekiel bread good for you? Ah, yes, Ezekiel 4:9. Sprouted grain bread is inspired by the Holy Scripture verse, take also unto thee wheat, barley, and beans, and lentils, and millet, and spelt, and put them into a vessel, and make bread of it. That's Ezekiel 4:9, registered trademark. Did you notice Ezekiel 4:9 is a registered trademark? That means this company has the rights to Ezekiel 4:9 and is making money out of it. If that's not blasphemy, I don't know what is. Anyway, let's actually get to the actual bread. Ezekiel bread contains wheat, millet, barley, and spelt. Wheat, barley, and spelt all contain gluten, so Ezekiel bread is out of the question for people with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity, which is pretty much everybody because it's a foreign protein to the body, and sprouting only decreases the gluten a small amount. It does not get rid of it. They also have a gluten-free bread that contains agave, tapioca flour, safflower oil, and yeast. Agave has more refined fructose than high fructose corn syrup. Tapioca has a higher glycemic index than even normal flour. And safflower oil is the worst of all the refined vegetable oils. It has more linoleic acid and an inflammatory, easily spoiled polyunsaturated fatty acid than any other oil on the market. The Food for Life Ezekiel bread that you see in the grocery stores is sweetened with malted barley. There are tons of websites claiming that malted barley syrup has a low glycemic index of around 42, but you will have trouble finding information as to where this number comes from. In fact, the carbohydrate composition is similar to maltose, which is the main carbohydrate in barley malt syrup, and that has a glycemic index of 105. Ezekiel bread also has sprouted corn and brown rice, which turns into sugar very easily in the body. And on top of that, there's also yeast. And finally, most of all, it's baked in an oven. It's baked to death. Heat kills the life force in the food. You should know that by now. So, I mean, this is not living food anymore. It's definitely nothing like Kara's gluten-free sprouted buckwheat crackers hardened in low-heat dehydrators. So, is Ezekiel bread good for you? Is it healthy? Not in my book. No. All right, next up. My customer service is getting... People are actually saying to them, can you change the cover of your cookbook? Because there's a little Buddha on there, and we're Christian, and we don't like that. This is Asian food. This is Kung Pao chicken. Well, it's coconut meat made to taste like Kung Pao chicken, but this is an Asian theme. They're just cute little trinkets that make it an Asian theme, just like the chopsticks and the cherry blossoms and the dragon. I mean, if you think about it, that would mean these people could never go to Hawaii or stay in a Hawaiian hotel or eat in a restaurant. They have tikis plastered everywhere. Those are Hawaiian gods. It's on the brochures, the menus, the walls, tablecloths, curtains, drinks, cars, airplanes, clothes, everything. Yet Christians go to Hawaii by the millions. All right, let's look at the cookbook here. On page 25, the India non-bread. There's a little Indian thing there. Or the curry omelet with Reiter sauce has some kind of India Thai statue next to it. The Indian feast has two little Indian trinkets. The spicy Thai curry noodle has a little Thai statue next to it. The tropical salsa has a tiki statue. The sushi nigiri, that's a Shinto religion. The mac and cheese, oh my God, it's got an alien toy robot. And the Pop-Tarts have a cute little garden gnome next to it. These are just cute little trinkets to help with the theme of that food and that culture. So I don't think a little Jesus statue would go really good with a picture of Asian food. I think Jesus and Buddha are up there getting along just fine, unlike some people down here. This book does not promote specific religions. It is a festive, delicious journey around the world of international travel cuisine, celebrating the cultures and foods of the world: Italian, Thai, Chinese, Japanese, German, American, Mexican, and all kinds of cultures. And embracing different cultures is something the world needs much more of nowadays. So for those people who left that comment, I made a cartoon just for you. It's a cute little cartoon. I'll put the link down below. I suggest you watch it. Okay, I get this a lot. Cut your hair and act your age. Age of what? And what species or subcategory are you referring to? A typical American 50-year-old who drinks beer, eats nothing but beef, watches sports, and drives a pickup truck? Or someone like Chawando Tan, a 56-year-old photographer in Singapore? Or Dr. Yoshinoro Naguma, a 66-year-old heart surgeon in Japan? Or Keith Urban, who's 54? Or Owen Wilson, who's 53? Or Bon Jovi, who's 60 years old? Are they not acting their age? They have the same hairstyle. Or are typical Americans not looking like they should at this age? So for those people who say, I need to act my age, I am acting my age. This is what a typical person looks like who can control what they put in their mouth and does not have food addictions and does not cave into instant gratification. And getting back to the first crowd, what about that guy Jesus? He had long hair. I guess he wasn't acting his age either. And by the way, this is me in the 90s. Look how long my hair was. So I did cut my hair. So there. Well, anyway, I hope this answers some of your questions. I hope I did it in an entertaining manner, because I know some people say, Marcus, I don't like you when you're negative. I'm not negative. It's the people leaving the comments. I'm just answering their questions in a ranty kind of way. So Mr. Rancy Pants answers your questions in an entertaining way, and I hope you got something out of it. I hope he enlightened you a little bit and gave you some kind of entertainment, because that's what it's about. Right. Well, anyway, and by the way, keep in mind that when you call or email customer service with these questions, they charge me by the minute, which means a lot of money gets charged me by the end of the month. And do you want me to really raise my prices to cover all that? I don't think you do. You know that I don't like to raise prices. I would rather just cancel a product line before I raise my prices. And so I'm doing what I can for you. So please keep that in mind. And for those of you who have these weird questions in your mind, I suggest this. Get one of these. Nothing clears your mind and heart and soul like a good enema. Don't be afraid. It's just water. I mean, you will be amazed how refreshed you feel and how your mind is so much clearer and happier, and you don't have these bothering things in your mind. So you can get it at caraenema.com. Yes, we actually sell those. So anyway, I hope I'm educational and entertaining in some way. This was Mr. Rancy Pants signing out for this week. I will see you again next week with something interesting and different, and maybe Kara will be somewhere in the mix. Okay, until then, we'll see you. Have a good week. Bye-bye. I need a drink. Water's a drink, isn't it? Come on.